This is Karikter Asked It. You already know Karikter did it. I'm here with a big old crew. We got Steele, Lucaso, and Sunny Boom. Tell us about yourselves. Where you from? What do you do?
We're from Jersey. I run an independent record label, so I work with a bunch of independent artists. I host a Green Out show. We're opening a studio space next door. We're having like bi-weekly shows. We invite everybody to come out with a mic, slots. We do whole interviews, whole 9 yards.
Oh yeah, Lucaso.
So I go by Lucaso. I'm from Hoboken, New Jersey. I'm a creative. I'm an artist. I'm not just a rapper. I like making all types of music. You know what I'm saying? That's as far as my music aspect goes.
Okay, Sunny.
Oh yeah, I'm Sonny Boom. I'm from Montclair, New Jersey, and I do everything, pretty much everything. Rap. I engineer as well, but that's pretty much all I do.
Okay. How long have y'all been making music? Independent, like each one of you all. How long have you been making music?
Me personally, only 3 years, and it's like that's as long as the label's been alive as well. So it's like I'm just trying to help you get great people along.
Did you all start at the same time?
No, not all at the same time. I'm the youngest out of the whole group.
Okay. Picasso, how long you been doing it?
I've been. Well, I'm a writer for the most part. I've been writing since like 5th grade. I'm not gonna lie. I've been just like working on my writing, storytelling for a long time. I just recently started putting out music a few years ago. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Sonny?
Say about maybe 3 years. I mean, I grew up around music, so my father's a rapper, so I've just been around music all my life. Yeah, about 3 years, like just consistently 3 years.
So what made you start the label, and how do y'all get together?
More or less, like I started the label because it was more or less a collective at first, and like I wanted to have like a group of artists that was like as a team we'd all work together, either collaborating on songs, engineering together, or just going to shows and just supporting each other, helping each other with different connections, and not gatekeeping over what a lot of other people do. So that's basically what I did. I made a collective, and then I started with DistroKid. I went the full 9 yards, so I could have like the 30 different artists or bands on the group. And then I just started bringing people onto the team. And I don't charge anybody for anything distribution-wise that's out of my pocket. That's just me helping people and just giving people the opportunity that I have, and not all people have the knowledge of distribution and getting it to all platforms.
Hell yeah, bro. Respect to that. Respect to that. How did you end up meeting them?
I actually met Lucaso at the Underground Developmental show in Montclair. And I went there, I saw him perform one song, and I was sitting there scouting him with his father, because his father's Ali Bang from the Outlands. So I was sitting there scouting him with his father, and then contacted him, got up with him, and then just went from there. I met him through his brother, who isn't here at the time, who also makes music, Mukmizi G3. He's part of the label as well. So I met him through him, and then we all just kind of worked together. And now, today, we're actually renting out a new space next door to start a new studio.
That's crazy. How many artists do you have?
That's officially a part of the label, 5, but then we're also, we're partnered, so we're basically like, in a sense, co-signed. We're partnered with FTE, which is Fun Time Entertainment, which is another independent label. And then we're also partnering with another independent label out of Brooklyn, which is MH. So that's another separate group. So it's basically like 3 independent labels that all have the same mindset and same goal. And we're putting all of our connections and basically all of our resources in one place. That way we could all move forward together instead of leaving it down.
So this label is profiting.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. Like we went from having one show, and then we ended up, now we're having bi-weekly shows, and now we're having another studio open. So we're just moving up. So
how did that all happen?
I took out a loan. And then just said, fuck it, I'm gonna go all in on it.
Gotta spend money to make money, man. It's pay to play in the music industry. I don't care what you say. It's pay to play all day long.
Yeah, you can make a single track and then like promote it a little bit. Yeah, to go viral on Instagram and TikTok, but it's not really gonna give you any stability. Because you can go viral, have that one hit wonder, and then you still need management, you still need a label, you still need a team of people behind you. At least this way, before that happens for the artist, they already have that team of people in that relationship that's genuine, and they don't have to worry about getting like worked over or basically just like hit with a contract that has a bunch of like just like in the sense of like just fine print and just not being able to like read through it without a word. So we don't require any of that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And really, if anybody watches all of my full interviews, they're going to get tired of hearing me say this, but it's something that comes up in every interview. A hit song is not made, it's marketed.
Yeah.
There's no chance that you're just going to put a song on Spotify and then, oh, look, everyone found it, has 1 million. That's not going to happen.
Algorithm doesn't work in your favor. You have to sit there and hit submissions to playlisting. You have to time it with the release. There's so much more that goes into it.
Yep. The playlisting's huge.
Yeah, I ended up learning all that just because, like, when I first started writing music, I was 16, and I ended up getting arrested, going to, like, juvenile detention. Once I got out, I was on house arrest for a year, and I was just sitting there on the computer, like, just studying and learning everything. And then once I got the hang of it, I was like, all right, now I know I can do it for myself. Like, I help the people I'm working with. So
I got to ask, do you want to say why you were arrested?
It was over just some stupid shit. Like, just ended up fighting some kids. It was about it.
All right. What about y'all? Tell me about y'all's backgrounds.
So I grew up in Hoboken, New Jersey, the home of Frank Sinatra, if you didn't know. Basically, my family has a musical background. They're not rappers, but they're musicians, singers. And just growing up with that type of background, my sisters being singers and stuff, like I gravitated towards certain type of genres that most people wouldn't consider. So that helped me along the way with my creative process, because I don't only make rap music or just write bars. It's like a very complex like structure to how I music write. You know what I'm saying?
Poetry.
A lot of the music that I make is personal, so it's like it's not. I don't want to say it's not for everyone, but it's not in a sense relatable to everyone. But I've been working on trying to like crowd please, because I started performing recently a little bit more. So I'm gathering like the information of like I'm gathering the knowledge of like how to move the crowd, you know? how to get interaction, how to get people to like you more than just for your music, but
Hell yeah,
for your actual presence. You know?
the energy you bring.
Yeah, the energy. That's a big part.
Sonny, what? Tell me about your background.
Yeah, I mean, I said earlier, my father's an artist, so I've been around music, all my life. Been around my uncle, who he passed away, Hussein Fatal, who rapped with Tupac, or the Outlaws and all them. So I've actually been around that stuff all my life, just music in general. So I've seen it all, pretty much everything.
Something Lucasa was just talking about. You make your music personally. It's all it's self-expression.
Yeah.
Sonny, would you say you do the same?
Yeah, so I basically make music off like the people around me. So I have a lot of brothers and sisters, 4 sisters, 3 brothers. So I have a pretty big family. So whatever, I usually make my stuff off their emotions as well. So whatever they're going through, I'll usually make a song between things like that. Same things we have, like same feelings towards. I can see if they're going through something and I'm going through something similar. It just helps me with creating.
That's awesome. What do y'all think of the current state of the music industry?
It's very rigged. It's all mental manipulation.
How about
It's all mental manipulation. Like, what you said?
how about the quality of music that's being made right now? That's big and popular.
I feel like it's just more or less just like following trends. Like everyone's just like hopping on a fad and they're on, and then they're off 2 months later and you'll never hear from them again.
See, I think it depends on what aspect of music you're speaking on, because there's a whole underground scene, New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Connecticut. There's a whole that's our tri-state areas, even though that was 4 states.
Tell me about it. Tell me about the underground scene.
It's there's a lot of music that is really like genuine and it's not necessary. It doesn't make it to the mainstream because the mainstream, like Steele said, is very manipulated. They wanna target certain is not for every, like, you know what I'm saying? Art is just an expression of oneself. So like I said, I make music that's personal. I feel like, well, for the most part, people probably won't relate to shit that I'm talking about, but they'll definitely feel the passion because that's what it is. It's genuine.
What's the subject matter that you're talking about that people won't necessarily relate to?
It's just personal experiences. You know, not everybody goes through the same lifestyle as you. Not everybody goes through the same situations, but you can tell when somebody's spitting some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Just by how the composure of the wordplay is, and just I've noticed that people do acknowledge, even though, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, I feel like I always felt like misunderstood and like no one ever really understands me for the most part. So that's why I say unrelatable. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact that everyone hasn't been what I've been through. So that's what I mean by unrelatable.
Okay.
But I still spit my piece.
Hell yeah. And that's what it should be. Music is a magic tool that can change your life if you treat it with respect. If you say the truth and use it for truth and to find your own truth, it's incredible what it can do for you. What are some of the biggest accomplishments y'all have achieved?
For the most part, like for myself, like I've gotten across platforms over 7 million streams, but like I haven't even been focused on marketing myself. Like I said, I've been focused on like the whole label, trying to get everybody's music out there, and then also trying to get everybody performing, get everybody doing shows, hosting multiple events. And now it's to the point where like we went from originally having like an 8 artist group chat that we work with on like a close like personal basis. And now after hosting the shows, now it's like 30 plus, almost 40 artists that are all local underground artists. So, and some of them do have like mainstream qualities too. But like Gasso said, when it comes down to like being genuine and real in the music, not everyone's going to be heard, not everyone's going to be accepted, because some people have different opinions and some people like
have different tastes.
Exactly. And then it's also down to the beat as well. Like a lot of people in this area, unless you're making like a Jersey like club beat and you're rapping on that, or if you're doing a New York drill beat, like those are 2 ways that like some people who don't really like have the whole background in music and it's their first time making a song or making a music video, they can go viral just off of that, just because they're hopping on that wave. But then they get lost in the whole translation of marketing and distribution, having monetization and having the rights and copyright over your product.
Facts. Y'all want to talk about any accomplishments?
So, like I said, I've only been putting out music for a few years now. I'm more of a pop fly songwriter. Like I really do it for the love. I really just do it for myself. I don't really focus on the streams and all that. I just like to put my music out. I like to perform my music in front of new crowds all the time. So my accomplishments are, I feel like, it's just the interaction with new faces, new energies. That's my accomplishment. I like to network, and if I meet new good people, I feel accomplished.
Absolutely. And that's been my favorite part since I kind of joined the music world a year ago. The connections I've made internationally, I've met the most interesting people, the best people I've ever met in my life through this music journey. It's incredible. But Sonny, accomplishments?
Just really getting out my shell. I'm a very shy person, really, really shy. So I don't like to, go outside and do anything. But it just helped me get out my shell and make me feel more comfortable around people. So
a lot of artists are shy. A lot of artists I've spoken to are shy, and it's a funny dynamic because they say they're shy until they get on stage. And I think it's kind of a still waters run deep kind of thing. You're this person, you keep so much in, and it's always so, a flat surface, that when you get on stage and you feel that energy and you realize it's time to let it out, I think that's part of where the magic of artists that perform well, I think that's where it lies.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think of it as, I was an athlete, so I think of it as when you're doing whatever you do, I wrestle. So when I wrestle in front of all these people, just think of it as you just go out there and wrestle. You don't really worry about the people. So you don't realize that you're wrestling in front of all these people. So I just don't think, I think about it in that perspective.
Okay. What about some of the obstacles?
Not really much. Just like I said, that's all it was. The obstacles is me getting on stage and being in front of people.
Sure.
Just feeling that nervousness. So
yeah, no, I get that.
And I got through it. So everything just feels easier now to me.
So now I relate a lot to that because, like, for me, like, I have like severe anxiety to the point where it's like and I have other medical conditions that play roles into it as well. So it's like they all kind of just stack on top of each other. But along with him, like I was an athlete as well since I was like a little kid. I played football, so it's like the same mentality that he has. Like once you get on the stage, and it's like now it's like you're not really focused on the people there. You're focused on the task at hand. The same way it's like with wrestling, like you're facing your opponent. That's your task at hand. Same thing with football. So it's like we move off of that, and like. For me, like I've had a lot of challenges with it because like I've had times where I did performances where they had wired mics and I had the wired mic wrap around my ankle and I had to kick that shit off in the middle of the performance. And like even times with wireless mics and the receiver pops out and then you just have to do it without no mic and you just have to sit there and scream. So there's a lot of different instances that play a role into it, especially if you have anxiety. It does not help, but you just have to troop through it, and that shows like the actual determination that the person has.
Picasso?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Tell me about some obstacles that you've faced.
So obstacles never really helped me. I don't like to acknowledge obstacles even though they're real. Like I don't really find anything that really, like, you know what I'm saying, that really bugs me. I'll work through whatever. You know? I don't look
at that answer. Respect to that. Yeah. Damn, what does success in music look like to you all?
Success in music? It could be really a whole array of things, from either being an engineer and running a studio, or basically you could not even be a musician and still have success in music, whether it's photography, videography. Then there's the marketing. Like there's so many different aspects of it that you can be successful in and not actually have to be a musician yourself or be a lyricist or a rapper or anything of that nature. So I mean, there's a lot of people who are successful in the music industry that you wouldn't even know their name.
Yeah, success in music to me is anytime you put out a song, that's successful. You know what I'm saying? Like, you it's a success because a lot of times it's like me as a creative, like one of my biggest like setback sometimes is actually finishing a song. Like it has to click for me. Like sometimes I'll write a song and I'll scrap it, and like for the most part it's like I wasn't successful in my music because I never finished that project. So anytime I put something out, something that's like, you know what I'm saying, something that's good, something that I like, that I love, that I get reaction from people and they always love it, that's successful in music to me. You know what I'm saying? More ears that learn, that come to love me, that's successful.
Absolutely. Sonny?
It's basically the same as that, just getting the reaction from people. When you know your music helped people get through certain things, that for me personally is successful when somebody can contact you and say your music really helped me get through a situation. You know, that's what's successful to me.
Y'all look like a group that can turn up and have a good time.
For sure.
Tell me some crazy show stories.
You got one?
I don't got no pretty shows.
He's a shy guy, so you know what I'm saying. He does his set, and then he just, you know what I'm saying, he gets to observe and everything else. Crazy. I can't really think of one off the top of my head, but like, just.
So what's it like when you get off stage? Well, first of all, do you have a girl? Are you married? Are you single?
Oh, I'm single. I'm not really worried about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so when you get off stage and it was a good show, is it what people imagine? You know, do you have girls falling all over you and this and that? Is it wild like that, or is it, you know?
I mean, yeah, people. There's always great reactions whenever when we're performing our music, and the girls go wild, the dudes they show love. So it's like it get the most wildest reaction that you get is mosh pits, and that's when really the energy takes over. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to what the body is doing. You know what I'm saying? It's really the inside that takes over. So people start jumping around, like punching people. So mosh pits get pretty crazy.
Anybody ever gotten like seriously hurt at any of your concerts?
Nah. Yeah.
Okay, all right. You Jersey boys are tough, bro.
For the most part, it's just like the mosh pit, people that mosh, because I don't mosh. I could get people to mosh, but I don't mosh personally. But they do it in good faith. They have a good time. They're not just trying to knock you out.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's just something.
It's just hardcore energy interacting with other hardcore energy and just clashing.
Yeah, I can't imagine what that feels like to be on stage and know you started that. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I've been at a concert once where I was moshing. It was EDC in MetLife. I think not MetLife. What's that called? Citi Field in New York. And there was this guy who was like 6'2", and he had pushed my friend in the mosh. So I had it out for him. So I was just going. Then I pushed the shit out of him, right? So I guess he had it out for me after that, and he came from behind, pushed me, and pushed my shoulder out of its socket.
Damn.
Yeah, this guy was like 6'2", real built guy. I don't know what I was thinking. But I think that's the last time I actually moshed.
Yeah, bro, you wouldn't catch my scrawny ass in a mosh pit. I promise you that.
I be seeing females in the mosh pit, you know.
Yeah, I'm too old for that shit, bro. I'm 35. It would take me a year to heal from whatever happened.
Yeah, I hear you. It's not for everyone.
I can't do this. I don't like being touched in a certain way, so I'll end up hurting somebody. That's why I'd rather just stay away.
I feel you.
It honestly just comes from the different environments that we surround ourselves with. Because even though we live a certain way, we have a certain custom of life. We go out to different spots, different venues, and there's always different vibes, different styles. So we embrace it. You know what I'm saying? We don't ever try to knock anybody for different types of music. You know what I'm saying? All types of energies is energy as long as it's not negative.
Exactly.
Is there anything?
For the most part,
go ahead.
Say the most part, in all these shows, everything is always positive. No one's ever. You won't see nobody arguing. Everybody's just vibing. Wow. Always positive. Never no negative things. Nothing.
That's crazy. That's amazing to hear. Especially,
and I do encourage other artists to step out their comfort zone and go to different shows, go to different venues, go to different cities. You know what I'm saying? It might be a little intimidating to go to a different space and not know anybody, but you at the end of the day, you really see that everybody's really there for the same purpose. No one's really there for the most part for malice intentions. You know what I'm saying? To bring you down. I've had people that I didn't think would fuck with my music come and genuinely be like, "Yo, you're dope," and that's just the type of love that you find when you step out of your comfort zone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Is there anything that I didn't think to ask you about that you wanted to talk about?
Um, I mean, I think you asked some really good questions, and we covered a lot.
Bet. What y'all got coming up?
So July 2nd, we have our third showcase, and it's called Green Out. So this is gonna be Green Out 3, and this is 3 or 4. It's Green Out 3, and like Steele said, we're trying to do the shows more frequently, and we're just trying to get drawing more crowds, drawing just what I'm saying, get a community going of artist development, and we host rehearsals at our spot. So anybody that wants to rehearse before their shows, we encourage them and we invite them to come over to the space. We set up the mics and the speakers so that they can have their time here and just practice. Thank you. Me performing like for the first time recently. I've just started recently performing more often. Like last night, I had a performance in Brooklyn, but I've came to know that like it's not what I thought it was. It's actually difficult. It's difficult to perform. So the more practice I get, I see myself getting better at it. So
It's
yeah.
amazing how lyrics will just disappear from your head when you're on stage, man.
Yo, you have no idea. Like I like for instance, I was at this show in that they have a showcase in Montclair that they do every Wednesday, and my first time there, it was like I was in a whole different type of environment that I wasn't used to. So there was like an energy that was very high in frequency. So I'm just like so I get up there confident. I smoked a couple bones, I'm all stoned. I get up there confident, and what I do, I forget all my lyrics. Good thing they had the song loud enough in the background that what I'm saying, that
Fake it till you made it.
it covered me up. But I felt so embarrassed, like I couldn't remember not one word of my song. And I'm like, this ain't happening to me again. So that's where the practice and the rehearsals come in handy. So that doesn't have to happen.
Hell yeah. You want to talk about anything else coming up, Sonny?
No, I mean I got a song. I got a couple songs for I want to drop in the next couple weeks, like till a month.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. That's the only thing I got. No, it's just some music. Me and my brother. I do a lot of my stuff with my little brother, Smoke Measy. That's also a part artist, a part of the label. But like I said, that's all I do. I do everything with. So
That's awesome. Hell yeah. All right, guys. It's been a good time. It's been a great conversation. Thank you for your time.
Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for your questionnaires. That was good stuff. I just want to give a quick shout out to G3 Productions, to Steel G3, to Sonny Boom, Mook Measy, G3. We all G3. Also, a shout out to Takeoff Lounge in Newark, New Jersey, where we're headquartered at, where we have our studio coming up at. And yeah, man, it's all love, bro.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all. This has been Karikter Asked It. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.
Yo, peace.